Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Najib here. I really wanted to touch on last episode real quick before we get started on today's episode. Last episode, I spoke about due diligence and I gave explanation of my experiences and what I learned and things like that. And I just wanted to reiterate two things. First of all, guys, if you have an idea that you're working on and you don't know where to start, or you still don't know where to do your research or where to go from day one, hit me up. I'll try my best to help you guys out by trying to tell you where to look or how to look for things. And if I can't help you, I'll just hit up Jordan. Hopefully, if he can get a second to get on the phone with me and ask him and relay that information to you guys. All right. And number two, I also don't want anyone to think that I'm trying to say that I know all the answers. I want to clarify in this entire series that I'm still a student myself. I'm still in the learning experience myself. All right. So I know people typically start a conversation with, "Hey, bro, how are you? What do you do?" All right. It's not really what I do now. It's what I'm working towards. What I'm trying to achieve long term, and those kind of metrics can't be seen now. So, patience, guys. Alrighty. Actually, that's it. That's all I wanted to touch on about last episode. Let me get into this episode. So in this episode, I'm going to be talking about a concept that is very, very broad in every aspect of life. It will help you, alright, if you know how to utilize it correctly. It's called perception. Now, perception is the way people perceive the world, the way people see things and translate it into their minds, alright? Now, you may think that, because I'm a young black man, I have a harder, and yes, you probably do. Or you may think because I'm a Muslim girl that wears a hijab, I have a harder and I can't make it in the business world, or I don't have the same opportunities afforded to these, other people. Alrighty. And first of all, I'd love you guys, if you could, to take your attention away from the opportunities others were afforded and focus on the opportunities you're afforded. Now, a lot of people perceive being black as a weakness, or as something that is bad, or as if they don't have the same chances as anyone else, right? And I actually think that's wrong. I think being black, or being Muslim, or being Asian, or being, different is actually a strength. It is valuable, right? And you just got to know how to utilize it, okay? So when people see a young black male, all right, and now this is where the perception comes in. Try and put yourself in the shoes of a middle-aged white man. Let's say, for example, right? No offense to any middle-aged white men, but let's say you put yourself in the shoes of a middle-aged white man, and you're going about your day. Let's say, for example, you're out having dinner with your family, and you see a bunch of teenage, African youth, partying, acting out, drinking alcohol, smashing bottles on the floor, making noises, causing trouble, right? Automatically, that type of thing feeds your perception, and your perception of African youth starts to shape, right? And in order to change this person's perception, you need to prove what they have seen in the past as historically, what they've seen in the past as incorrect. And the way you do that is through your actions. Yo, so I'm back, guys. I changed what I was wearing to explain to you what I meant when I said it's all dependent on your actions and how you conduct yourself, okay? So what I'm wearing now is a Tommy Hilfiger jacket, and Nike jumper, and a Nike bum bag. Now, this is like, this is how young people, I don't know, dress these days. Some people dress better than me, all right? I can admit that, all right? But my point is, right, when someone is dressed like this, all right, and they're out in the city, they're yelling, they're partying, or even just doing anything with their mates. They're in a big group of African kids, or they're in a big group of boys, and there shapes a certain perception, all right? People start to think of African youth in a certain way, and especially the African youth that dress this way, talk this way, and listen to this type of music, and so on and so forth, right? So what you can do in order to help people not perceive you this way, and in order to afford yourself more opportunities, is dress almost completely different. Right? So I want you guys to really like deep what Jordan has taught me. He taught me that the way you look directly affects people's perception of you, and people's perception of you directly affects how they will treat you and the opportunities they would be willing to afford you, and whether they'd even be willing to have a coffee with you or not. Now tell me, would you rather give, let's say you own a business, right? Would you rather give a job to me dressed like this, or me in about 1 second? Give me 1 second, be right back. Hey guys, so I'm back. I've changed what I was wearing. Now let me ask you this: would you feel safer giving the job to me when I was dressed the first way, or when I was dressed the second way? Now, I think most of you guys are going to answer the way I'm dressed now, because it looks more professional, more respectable. Now, you never know who's watching. So no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, there's always people that you're going to see, you could have bumped into, could have started a conversation with. So always conduct yourself in the best manner, no matter where you are, whether you're out with your mates, whether you're partying, whatever you're doing. Always conduct yourself in a respectable manner. You never know who's watching, and it's always good just to be a nice person anyways. So always be nice and conduct yourself in the right manner. Now, understanding perception and dressing to break stereotypes and change people's way of thinking is a higher level of thinking. Now, once you start getting into this way of thinking, you'll slowly realize that doing burnouts and drifts in your car isn't a good look, isn't beneficial. And as you slowly change your life pretty much to leave that childish, young, having fun, not caring, mindset, and you transition into let me get my life sorted, let me get a job, let me help my family. Once you start transitioning into that way of thinking, you'll realize a lot of these things aren't worth your time at all. You'll realize that they're a waste of your time, and you could be spending it on way better things. So just basically to reiterate everything I've spoken about in this video, make sure you conduct yourself honestly and respectfully with integrity, okay? Make sure you dress appropriately, all right? This is if you're going out for a coffee with a mentor, if you're going out for a coffee with someone else, like a stranger even that owns a business that you wanted to have a conversation with. If you bump into strangers in the street and strike up a conversation, always conduct yourself in the best possible way, because you don't know who's in front of you, you don't know who they are, and later on down the track, let's say for example, you see a random person in the city, you swear at them and stuff, you act rude and stuff just to make your friends have a laugh, and you find out that they're the daughter or the son of your boss, and you get fired from work. Things like that do happen, right? So respect yourself and try your best. Now, I'm not saying everything can change one night. I'm still progressing. I'm still learning myself. Everybody has their own journey. But try and utilize the misconception that most people have about you and your people and flip it on its head. When people see a young African male breaking complete stereotypes away from gang violence, trying his best in life, aspiring to be great, people are way more amazed. So that's the benefit of being black or being Muslim. If you're looked down upon and you achieve something, or you're trying to strive towards achieving something, you get more credit than other people, I'll be honest with you. So to give you an example, if my mentor Jordan started a really big business, he wouldn't get much credit because he's half white and he's middle-aged, white, half white male, so on and so forth. He wouldn't get much credit. But if I started a business, being black and having basically the odds stacked against me, being born in a refugee camp, so on and so forth, I would get more of support from people in the long run. So that's the benefit of being black or being Muslim or being a minority or being different, man. So basically, in essence, be yourself, be different, but be the best version of you. Until next time.